The following segment is sponsored by Ward MD Facial Plastic Surgery and Form Derm Spa. Sometimes it can be hard to know which medical professional we should go to for certain treatments and procedures. Dr. Daniel Ward is here to break it down for us. Welcome, Dr. Ward. Great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, we love having you here. Okay, let's start with the dermatologist. What is their expertise?
So, like the name suggests, a dermatologist is an expert in the skin. So anything to do with the skin, whether it's skin cancer, whether it's little lumps or bumps, that's what they do.
That's what
they
do.
Both medical things as well as more cosmetic things. So dermatologists are great with Botox, they're great with fillers, they're great with lasers. Anything to do with the skin, dermatologist is your person.
Now, what kind of concerns should we have, like when we want to see them?
Sure, so fine lines, wrinkles, spots. Also, don't forget, the most important thing is to avoid things like cancer. If there is a spot, making sure that it's not something that should be concerning. That's what dermatologists are experts at.
Yeah, those are really good points. Okay, what about a plastic surgeon? Let's talk about their expertise.
Sure. So plastic surgeons there's some overlap between what a dermatologist does and what a plastic surgeon does. A plastic surgeon certainly has some element of knowledge about the skin. That's important. But think a little bit deeper for that, deeper structures. So for me, I'm a facial plastic surgeon. I only do face. So things like the nose, the face, getting like a facelift or eyelids done. Those are the sorts of things that a plastic surgeon would take care of. So they involve the skin, but also kind of some of the deeper structures like the muscle or the fascia that's deeper down there.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, how do we know how to choose a plastic surgeon? Do we Google? Is it word of mouth? What's the best way?
Sure. Well, that is easier said than done. Because there's no right answer. Like some of them are really easy to figure out, some of them aren't. I think the bare minimum way to look for a good surgeon or a good provider is, first of all, look for board certification. That's like a bare minimum. Just make sure that they've at least met those requirements. Beyond that, I think the very most important thing is, what do they do a lot of? You know that old saying, tinker of all trades, master of none?
That's a good point.
Like, it just stands to reason, right? Like, the more you do of something, the better you're going to be at it.
Yeah.
So look for somebody, if they do 200 of something a year, they're probably better at it than if they do 2 a year.
That's
something as simple as that. And then finally, and this is like one of those, kind of more artsy sort of non-black and white sort of things, is when you're entering into this team with your surgeon or with your provider, like it really is, like we are on the same team. Like you got to pick your teammate well. Like you're working with them to try to get the result that you want, and you want to find somebody that you're going to like to work with.
That's very true. You want a good team, right?
Right, because it's medicine. It's black. It's not black and white. It's not engineering. There's a lot of gray area, and as a result, there are things like infections. There's complications that can happen.
Sure.
You want somebody who's on your team, that's going to work with you, that's committed to you, and I think that's by far the very most important thing.
Those are really good tips. Okay, what about an esthetician, lastly?
Sure. So estheticians, vitally important for skincare. Estheticians, they haven't gone to medical school, but they are experts in the aesthetic care of skin. So skincare products, something like topical products, medical grade skincare, all the way up to lasers. A lot of what an esthetician can do varies highly from state to state. In the state of Utah, estheticians can do some fairly aggressive laser procedures, and they do a really good job. I think one thing that's important, and most of the estheticians are just amazing at this, they follow the rules very carefully.
Yeah.
But making sure that they're working with a physician who kind of knows what they're doing and can oversee those medical treatments.
Well, and that's why you want to trust the professionals. So if you have any questions, you can go to where for more info?
So my website's wardmd.com or formdermspa.com.
Okay, you're awesome. Thanks for all the tips, Dr. Ward. Great to see you.